Mochunkstv. Give me your provisions. If I want to be a wicked senior, I can be a wicked senior. If I want to be a nice senior, I can be a nice senior. But in some cases, some of them were really wicked. And in fact, when a senior is bullying you in some cases, they'll be telling you, you too, when you get there, you can do your own. But right now is my reign. Everybody's just trying to exert their own dominance to whoever is lesser than them. Different levels of society, somebody is trying to oppress somebody else, whilst the person that is being oppressed is also crying, stop oppressing me, but you're also oppressing somebody else. Hi guys, welcome to the Mochunkstv. Welcome to another installment of the Chat with Mo, where we have controversial debates, honest conversation, and so much more. Guys, I came across this really disturbing story, and I told you guys about it in What's Trending, Trendmas. The guy in the secondary school that's basically been trigger warning, molested by people in schools, by his seniors. And it's just it reminded me of my experience in secondary school. Just some background for those of you that might not watch What's Trending. Basically, a mother came on Facebook and was basically pleading for Nigerians to come to her aid, that she sent her boy to school looking healthy and chubby, and he came back looking skinny, scrawny, and ill, like something was clearly wrong with him. She noticed the weight. She did mention the weight a few times when she went to visit him, but nothing was done about it. Now, obviously, Christmas, taking the children back home, she noticed this boy wasn't sitting down properly. As a mother, checked what was happening down there, and apparently his anus region looked like he'd been molested. She took him to the hospital, and they checked it out and confirmed, yes, they molested him. Later confirmed, after investigating with the school, that some boys, senior boys, had been bullying him, and basically they don't know the connection between the starvation, but they can confirm that now, since that's happened, the Deeper Life school where this has happened has begged the mom to take the viral video down. She's basically said it's out of her hands, that even if she was to it's gone black. She said that even if she was to remove it, at this point, it's gone viral already. People already have a hold of the videos and have been sharing it. I personally don't think she should take it down. I think these things need to be exposed. And, as I was reading this, I was just like, I remember that senior junior system in Nigeria. It's basically like older, younger in the UK, but like in school. Especially in boarding schools. I went to a boarding school for about a year. Even in that time, I spent enough time to know how the system works. It's basically like you're the younger, you're the junior, whoever's ahead of you is your senior, and you have to respect them as your senior. You wouldn't call them by their name. Say I was a senior, you'd call me Senior Mo. And all of my demands, especially if you're in my dorm and I'm the senior in charge, if I tell you, Ace, give me your provisions. If I want to be a wicked senior, I can be a wicked senior. If I want to be a nice senior, I can be a nice senior. But in some cases, some of them were really wicked. They'll take your provisions, your parents will come, maybe see you, buy you food, give you money, they'll take it. Just that kind of bullying and harassment environment. And the irony of it is that when a junior has been bullied, when they now become a senior, they also go on to bully others. And in fact, when a senior is bullying you in some cases, they'll be telling you, you too, when you get there, you can do your own. But right now is my reign. Do you understand? And they will tell you that quite confidently, and everyone just kind of silently accepted that. And I was thinking about it, and I was just like, this senior junior system is just yet another mode of oppression that we have allowed as a system, or to perpetuate our systems in Nigeria. This is another mode of, you must respect me because I'm above you in age, and therefore now, because of that, I'm going to take liberties and bully your entire existence. I'm going to oppress you because I'm above you. And and this is not to completely bash Nigeria, but I just think this is another one of the issues. I remember having a conversation with somebody about, the state of Nigeria and, why certain things are the way they are. When we speak about the government and the things they've done to their citizens, when you hear about what citizens are doing to their house helps, when you hear about, in some cases, what spouses are doing to one another, and you hear about what the rich man is doing to the poor man, you realize that everybody is trying to flex muscle in some case, or, well, I'm not everybody, some of these people, or everybody in, I don't know how to say this. When I say everybody, please put some people. Everybody is just trying to exert their own dominance to whoever is lesser than them in many layers and many systems in the country. These systems are not meant to be systems of oppression, but because maybe the governor is oppressing husband is oppressing her wife is oppressing house help too is oppressing the person that sells bread to her. You go to the school now, a child is being oppressed by their parents, being beaten, being controlled. They now go and exert senior over another person. Do you understand? And junior too, when they become senior, they then go on to oppress somebody else. So it just seems like a huge power struggle between different people, different pedigrees, different classes, different social status, different levels of society. Somebody is trying to oppress somebody else, whilst the person that is being oppressed is also crying, stop oppressing me, but you're also oppressing somebody else. Could make sense. And you know that phrase, hurt people hurt people. I think that is what I'm seeing in a lot of these systems of leadership, of you must respect me. Or I didn't even mention the pastors. Okay, maybe government is oppressing the pastor oppresses his congregation begins to oppress whoever they find at home. Do you understand? Just many different layers of you've oppressed me. In my subconscious, I'm taking in that trauma, I'm gonna go and oppress somebody else. And it's just like, why are we all trying to exert power against one another? I don't live in Nigeria. I left when I was 10, but I saw enough to know that someone is trying to flex muscle, someone is trying to show their power, exert their power over someone that is lesser than them, whilst complaining that someone is exerting their power against them. And it's like, Ilelaba. These things, we meet them at home. What senior, like, why would you go and start bullying somebody in school, taking their food, taking their provisions? Do you understand? I think it is we have a real issue with power in my country, Nigeria, I must say. I think a lot of or some people have inferiority complexes, so much to the point where any little power, any small dominance that they have over the next person, they're so quickly to abuse that power and turn it into a bullying, turn it into an oppressive situation. That's why you will hear some, and I'm emphasizing some Christian men in Nigeria, the only part they know in the Bible is you must submit. They don't see the part of sacrificial love. That's dying, the same love that Jesus Christ has for us, where he died to save us. That's the kind of love a man is meant to have towards his wife, biblically. They don't see that one. It's submission that they see, and how they can make the wife submit, and how they can feel more like the head. Meanwhile, at work, they dare not raise their voice to their boss. Otherwise, they too will oppress them, or that's the end of their job. So it's kind of like they know where they can, oppress and where they cannot. So it's not that the choice is not there. It's not that they don't recognize the choice to kind of behave themselves. But at the minute they see a moment to exert their power, if it's not in their home, it's to the house help. If it's not to the house help, it's to the petty traders on the street. It's just whoever, sometimes in these cases they see it as less than them, they then begin to exert their authority over them. So it's kind of like, okay, is it that we're fighting against oppression, or that we don't want to be oppressed? In some of these cases, I think that is the question a lot of people need to ask, because when we're saying now that seniors are bullying juniors, is it that they don't want the government to oppress their parents or them anymore, or they themselves don't want to be oppressed? Because there you are saying you want the government to stop what they're doing, but you're oppressing somebody else. It's just this giant cycle of oppression that I think some people take the chance to wherever they can. Now, with this situation, Deeper Life, the school, they're trying to cover it up. Obviously, they don't want their name to be tarnished, but I think the need for justice outweighs in this case saving face. To me, you guys let me know what you think of that, but I think there's so many more situations like this of bullying, of oppression, that absolutely need to be exposed and thus dismantled. I always say God doesn't reveal to leave us out in the cold. I believe God is here for the justice for the victim and also for the rehabilitation of the perpetrators. And so whenever things happen, especially church setting, they want to hide it, they want to protect. We saw what happened with Beyond Fatoyable. And it's like, we know God forgives, but also there's consequences for actions. And sometimes when those consequences happen, that less people are, likely to do it again. They're reluctant. They see what happened that time. Of course, if people want to move mad, they'll move mad. But when we make, sometimes in some cases, examples out of people, it makes people think twice before they do it next. These seniors now, if they are held accountable, properly held accountable, we're going to see, even if it's one senior that stops that behavior, that's already changed. That's already a positive change. Even if it's the school goes back and begins, because of the backlash, begins to reevaluate, okay, where are we going wrong? Are we not noticing the weights change in some of our students? Are we not feeding them properly? Are we not checking on bullying? These little changes that make a big difference begin to start to be sparked. Other schools as well. Are people being molested? I remember in boarding house, that is the place that things like that really, really happen, especially in dormitories where there's like 6 or 7 students in a dorm. Things happen in the dark, guys. Like it's a really serious. I went to a boarding school in Nigeria when I was I 9 or 10? I think I was 9. I went to secondary school early. And because my mom was ill as well, they wanted me to be closer to my brother. So they kind of just, don't even ask. I was secondary school at 9 years old, and I spent a year there before I came to the UK. And yeah, I remember like things used to happen in the dark, guys. Like, and you'd be bullied to the point where you can't talk. Especially if you're like from a well-off family or even a middle class family. You just have stuff, you have money, parents buy you provisions. Provision is like milk. In boarding houses, they feed you, but you can also have things like cereal. Golden Morn, for example, was a big hit. Peak milk, just things you can put in a cupboard. You can have that. Now, if you're that kind of kid and you're well off, you have things, maybe even a wristwatch. So in some cases, you do get bullied. Those of you that have been to secondary school in Nigeria or boarding school in Nigeria, you can definitely testify. Please comment down below. So I'm not actually looking crazy, but yeah, basically it was an interesting experience. So I really was frustrated reading that article that, oh, this is still happening. And personally, this senior junior thing needs to be dismantled. That saying senior is not respect. It's not. Like, and I know we have our culture, auntie, sister, that's different, that's family. Why am I calling somebody senior in school? Like, I understand that they're older than me, but all of these extra, is it colloquialisms? All these extra things that we deem as respect sometimes in the Nigerian setting, it's just unnecessary. Like, maybe also because I am in the UK now and I see how they do things here. I've never called somebody a senior because they are in year 10 and I'm in year 8. It doesn't make sense. If someone's, even if they're a prefect, I think the one that I can't quite get my head around is calling adults by their first name. But even, you get, like, in the UK, respect is actually your character and how you treat people, not all these extra sa, ma, senior, junior. that doesn't show that I respect you. That shows that I'm following protocol. It shows that I'm following the rules. It shows that I know how to pretend. In some cases, I might hate your guts. I might disrespect you. I might not respect you, but I'm calling you senior, and that makes some people feel good in some cases. I've kind of rambled on a lot, but I think it's just to conclude, I feel like this senior junior system is just another system of supposed respect, but has been turned into a system of oppression and bullying for some people in within the Nigerian settings, in Nigerian educational setting, to exert power that does not exist on people below or younger than them. What do you guys think of this? Do you feel like the senior junior thing is just another opportunity for younger people within the educational sector to be bullied? Do you feel like it's necessary for respect? You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And that's why we have for you guys in terms of chit chat with Mo. We're going to have a Christmas special, so definitely look out for that tomorrow. Do like it if you liked it, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. Until next time, guys, peace and love, peace and chunks.